What's up, YouTube? This is Brian Pfeiffer, marketingmeathead.com. Today I'm going to talk to you about credit cards and what you need to do if you own a business and you're an affiliate marketer. All right, welcome back. So it's been a while since I did a credit card video, and a couple things in my world have changed a little bit. So I've kind of adjusted the credit cards a little bit, and I wanted to kind of go over what I feel are the best credit cards right now if you're going to get into the quarter four here and the winter months when typically affiliate marketing is a little bit better as far as running traffic goes. We run some really heavy volume. Generally, I'm over $1 million a year on credit cards, so you kind of know what I'm talking about here. But I want to show you guys what I have going on. You can make your own decisions, but I'm going to show you what I have going on. I also am going to include some affiliate links below, since I'm an affiliate marketer, to the credit cards that I use. So if you do decide you want to sign up for one of those cards, please do it through my link, so you get the bonus and I get the bonus as well. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed yet as well, make sure you subscribe to this video. I do share a bunch of stuff on how to make money online. And we do everything from Amazon FBA to affiliate marketing to Shopify on this channel. And make sure you like this video and share it with your friends if it's valuable to you. All right, so let's get started here. The first card I'm going to talk about here, I do have one of these, is the American Express Business Platinum card. And the only thing that kind of sucks about this card is there's an annual fee. The other ones I'm going to show you, none of them have an annual fee. This one has a $595 annual fee. But you do get some perks with that fee. I think you get some kind of like travel credit or points or something when you pay the fee. And then what I like about this card that's kind of nice is that when you travel quite a bit, like I do, you get to use like all the airport lounges. A lot of airports have like their own American Express lounge, like it's called the Centurion Lounge. I know Vegas has one here in the Terminal 3, and when I fly American, it's right in that wing where the American flights go out, so it's like perfect. I stop in, get a nice meal, and a couple drinks, and then head over to my flight at the American thing. So it's really convenient for me when I'm leaving Vegas. I want to fly American only. But they also give you what's called this Priority Pass, and the Priority Pass is like an app, and pretty much most major airports have some kind of lounge that's in this Priority Pass system. Sometimes it kind of sucks if there's multiple terminals. Maybe there's only a Priority Pass lounge in like Terminal 1 and 2 and not in 3. And if you're flying out of 3, well, then it's kind of hard to get over to Terminal 1 or 2. I know that's happened to me at O'Hare in Chicago. There's no, I think there's Priority Passes in 1 and 2, and there's nothing over in 3. So it's kind of annoying. But, it's most of the airports. If you fly a lot and you get to use this lounge multiple times throughout the year, I probably use it at least 6 or 7 times. It's a free meal. It's a nice meal. It's generally a hot meal, and it adds up. So you get that plus the travel perk or whatever when you pay the annual fee. And this card, what's nice about this, probably the nicest thing about this card, honestly, is it's not really like a credit card. It's more like basically what it is, you have to pay it off every month. Okay, so you have like no limit typically. I mean, there's always a limit, okay, but like I can go in and type in, you can check your limit, and I can go in and type 100 grand, and it says I'm good to go, okay. But what happens is this card doesn't show up on your credit report. So for example, if you run $100,000 on this card, and as long as you pay it off in the agreed upon time, which is usually about 30 to 45 days, then that $100,000 doesn't pop up on your credit card. Now, the other cards I'm going to show you, 2 out of the 3, if I run any kind of balance when the statement hits, okay, even if I pay it off before I pay any interest, as long as if there's a balance when that statement date hits, it's going to show up on your credit report, which is kind of annoying. Because sometimes I run like high volume campaigns, and I might be running $10,000 a day or more, and when that statement hits, I might show that I have a $20K balance on the card, even though I'm paying it off like every couple of days. And it shows on my credit report and drops my credit score because I got all this debt, which I really don't have because I'm paying it off. So that's the nice thing about this American Express card, is that it doesn't have that. That doesn't show up on your credit. Now, I've never actually not paid it off within the amount of time, but I think if you don't pay it off in the amount of time, then it might actually show up on your credit. But I'm not 100% sure on that. I've always paid it off on time, so I don't know. Okay, I don't think you want to find out, because I think you pay a pretty hefty interest charge, maybe some fees and stuff if you don't pay it off on time. But I always pay it off. Okay, so this is a good card to have if you're running high dollar affiliate campaigns, because it's got a high limit. As long as you're getting your payouts within a reasonable amount of time, 1, 2, 3 weeks, you can get this thing paid off before it's due, and just keep rocking and rolling your campaigns. Okay, so this is a good card to have. It's also a metal card, which is kind of cool. I feel like when you whip out the metal card at certain places, it gets you a little bit more respect, I guess, if you want to call it that. But it feels pretty cool to have it in your wallet. But it is a hefty fee, $600 a year. So I'm going to keep this card. I'm going to keep paying that fee. I don't mind. It is what it is. All right, so let's go on to card number 2, my next favorite card, which I do run a lot of balance on. This is the Chase Southwest Rapid Rewards Visa. And I know a lot of people talk about the Chase Sapphire and this and that, and it's probably just as good of a card. It's Chase. It's probably a very similar card. So the reason why I like Southwest is because I do travel a lot, and Southwest has a nice hub here in Las Vegas. And pretty much I fly to, when I fly to LA, when I fly to San Diego, even Orlando, Chicago, it goes into Midway, anywhere in Texas. I mean, Southwest is always got really good, convenient flights, typically nonstop flights, and they're fairly inexpensive. And their rewards program is great because if you have to change a flight, or if I book a friend to come in on Southwest miles, they're really good about changing the flights, and they just kind of put the miles back in your account. So as far as other airlines, I worked with American for a long time, and I've worked with United before, Delta, they're not so friendly when it comes to changing flights and whatnot. And I just really like the Southwest miles program. You get a pretty good amount. You can pretty much get 1 mile for every purchase, and then if you purchase something on Southwest, I think it's double the miles. But they have a nice bonus here. If you sign up, you get 40,000 bonus points after you spend $1,000. That's pretty nice. 40,000, and you get 3,000 every year annually, and there's no annual fee on this one. Oh, actually, there is a $69 annual fee. They might have changed it. I don't think I pay that fee. Maybe I do. I don't even know. It's a small amount, $69. I'm not too worried about. But 40,000 miles, that's about $400 worth of flights. And if you book far enough in advance on Southwest, that's easily a round-trip ticket somewhere, okay, if you book far enough in advance. So I do like this card. I do use it often. Every about 3 or 4 months, as long as you pay it off without running a balance, they increase my limit. And I think now I got this thing up to almost a $60,000 credit limit. Okay, so this is another good card for affiliate campaigns because I can run some heavy traffic as long as I'm paying it back weekly. And it's just a good card. So I really like the Southwest Rapid Rewards. You might want to look into Chase Sapphire if you're not in an area or a city where Southwest has a strong foothold. But if you are, then I would recommend this card if you do a lot of traveling, just because Southwest is super convenient for the airport that I live near. Okay. All right, that's number 2 on my list. So let's go into number 3, and this one's arguably the best one I have. Honestly, it's called the Capital One business card, and if I refer a friend, I think you guys get a $500 bonus once you spend $4,500 within the first 3 months. So $500 cash. Okay, so that's pretty nice. You can do a lot with $500 cash, and this one does have no annual fee for the first year, and it's $95 after that. But this one's straight up, I use the Spark Cash here, not the miles, and it's straight up 2% cash back. Okay, you can't beat that. I actually don't even, unless I'm running an affiliate campaign where I have a lot of volume going on and I need to keep a high limit going on, and I'll use the Amex for that. But pretty much everything else, I either run on the Southwest card for the miles, or I run on this for the straight up 2% cash back. The thing about American Express is they give you, miles or points, they call it. And what happens is when you go to use those points, they're not one-to-one. Okay, so say I have 100,000 points, which should be equal to about $1,000. For some reason, when you book your airfare, that 100,000 points is worth more like $750. Okay, $750. Okay, so it's not one-to-one. So it's kind of annoying on Amex. But again, that one's got the high limit. It doesn't show on your credit report, so there's advantages to that one too. This one, on the other hand, will show up on your credit report when your statement date hits. Okay, for some reason, the Southwest Chase card does not show up on my credit report when the statement hits. For whatever reason, it doesn't. They don't report it. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. It doesn't show up on my credit report. This one does. Okay, so this one definitely shows up on the credit report. With the 2% cash back, though, as long as you're paying it off every month, you can't go wrong. I mean, you really can't go wrong. So if I spend on average, say I spend $50,000 a month, which is probably about what I spend on this credit card. Think about that. That's $1,000 a month. That almost pays my mortgage. Okay, which is straight cash back. I mean, and you can put it right back on the card and pay it toward your bill. So there's no the marked up mileage or kind of a weird mileage system like Amex has. This is straight percent cash in your account. You can pay it, put it right toward your card. You can send a check however you want to get it. I just pay off the card with it. And it's definitely my favorite card, okay? And I'm going to be using this card more and more when I have one more card to show you when the introductory period of this next card runs out. Then I'm going to go back using the Spark Cash card the most. Similar thing here, I had a pretty high limit, and I just requested a limit raise, and I got it. So we're up to probably 40K limit here, and I can start running some good affiliate campaigns on this. I mean, 40K limit it sounds like a lot of money, but when you are running sometimes 5, 10, even $15,000 a day in traffic, which is not unrealistic for myself and my team, then 40 grand goes pretty quick. I mean, it maxes out in about 2.5 days. So it's kind of annoying, and then you don't want to be messing around with credit cards on your Facebook account. You want to have one credit card on that account with maybe like a one backup card on there, and then hopefully that backup kicks in if the other one maxes out. But you don't want to have like too many credit cards on your Facebook account and be messing around, taking some off, putting them on. Facebook does not like that. Okay, so I've got this up to a 40K limit, decent amount. We'll definitely probably use it for some stuff, but I'm not going to run super high volume on this one just because it does have that cap on the mount. But a great card for if you're just getting started here, you want to make some easy cash back. This is my favorite card for that. Aside from the final card here, which I'm going to show you here, this is the final card here. This is called the Discover It. Okay, now I have a business card for this, and right now they're saying earn 5% cash back on different places like gas stations, grocery stores, restaurants, Amazon, and more. And then an unlimited 1% cash back on all other purchases automatically. Now, this is a little bit different than when I signed up for this. I will put a link for this below. They had a promotion going on when I signed up for the Discover It card for 3% cash back for the first year of use. Okay, so, and that's on everything, on every purchase. The way it works is I get 1.5% back immediately, which is basically when the statement hits. I get 1.5% back, and then I get another 1.5% check after that 1 year is up for the whole year of that other half. Okay, so right now, last I checked, I had almost $1,500 in that other half. So I've gotten $1,500 back, and then the other 1.5%, I got another $1,500 coming to me at the end of the year. And that's only a promotion that's going on for the first year, the 3% cash back. Half up now, half up front, half later. So this card, I've been using this quite a bit as well. Just because 3% cash back, you can't really go wrong with that. That's like pure cash, and I'm looking forward to getting that check in the, I think it's in like April of next year. I'll get that check, or credit or whatever, and that'll be a nice hit. They'll pay the mortgage for a month or a little bit more, maybe probably by then, and it's just nice. But I don't think it's quite as good now. The opportunity on this one, if you're looking to sign up, but there is a decent cash back here if you are gonna just do your like everyday expenses like your gas, your groceries. That's exactly what I use this card for, because it's a smaller limit card. I only got a 20K limit on it, and it's just it's really not enough limit to run any kind of volume on an affiliate campaign when we get something rolling, because it's maxing out too fast. But I do use it for like when I'm at the grocery store, and when I'm at the gym, and when I'm buying clothes or doing anything like that. And you know what? Over time, that 3% really, it's like getting a 3% discount on everything you're buying. It's pretty nice. So this card I would recommend. I would look into it, and I will put a link below for this particular promotion they got going on. But you may want to keep your eye out for if they offer that 3% cash back for businesses, business credit cards. Again, like I didn't see it. I did a Google search, and I couldn't find it. Like, they're not offering it right now, but they may offer it again at another time. So just keep that in the back of your head. This Discover It card might be a card you might want to sign up for if that 3% cash back for a year comes around again. And this one's got no annual fee. This one definitely does show up in your credit report if you have a balance the day the statement hits, which is kind of annoying. But other than that 3% is just, you can't beat it. Nobody's even come close to that. I mean, Capital One's over at 2% here, which is pretty solid. And that's an ongoing thing, the 2%. The Discover is a 3% for 1 year, and then it goes back to 1.5%, which still isn't too bad. I'll probably just keep it around, keep it in the wallet for whatever emergency purposes or whatever. But 1.5% is not too bad either. So that's it. When you go on the Discover card, you're going to see this. This is what it looks like. Just take a look at all the details, see if it makes sense for you. If it doesn't, then consider the Capital One card. This one again was a $95 annual fee, but if you're using it enough and you're getting that 2% cash back, $95 is nothing, especially at the volume I do. And then obviously the Southwest, there's a Chase Sapphire you could look into. This is a Chase Southwest. I just like it because of the miles on Southwest. And then of course finally the Amex. And the Amex was, earn 100,000 membership rewards, but you got to spend up to like $15,000 in qualified purchase. And this is probably more for like serious people that have a business that actually spend quite a bit of money on the credit cards. I wouldn't recommend going right to the Amex. I would start down with the Discover, the Cap One, or the Chase cards, and then maybe upgrading to the Amex if you have the volume eventually. So hopefully, you guys learned something today. That's pretty much the 4 credit cards I use. I do have a couple other ones that I used to keep multiple Facebook accounts like fresh, I guess, if you will, but they're smaller limit cards like 10K here, 10K there. I'm not going to be running any kind of volume on there. What I'll do is I'll put them on the Facebook account, and then I'll put like the Amex as a backup card. So when that one maxes out, it goes right to the Amex, and then we don't have to worry about having to shut the account down due to a payment issue of some sort. So you can usually put up multiple credit cards on a Facebook. I never really put more than 2. Usually what I'll do is I'll have like say a 10 or 20K limit card on one as the main card, and then if we're starting to get something hitting, then put the Amex on the back, and then the Amex can can take the overload. And then I also have like employee cards for all my employees. So it's not just one Amex number. I have like 3 or 4 Amex numbers. I have like 3 or 4 for every Southwest. I have 3 or 4 for Capital One, 3 or 4 for Discover. So every time I get a credit card, I get like my 3 or 4 employees who are working for me at the time, I get a card in their name as well. And that way I have multiple credit card numbers for many different like business managers, because I try not to interlink too many of the business managers with the same credit card, because if for some reason something happens, Facebook system triggers that card as a fraudulent card for some reason, who knows what their system does, that's going to shut down multiple business managers if they're all interlinked. So you want to have like multiple, you could sign up, you can have your mom as like an employee, or your sister, and then they never even see the credit card, but you use that credit card on your Facebook account with a different number. So that's a nice thing about having business credit cards, is you can put multiple numbers or names down and have different numbers on the same account. Okay, so you don't have to have like just one card. So yeah, that's it. If you guys learned something today, I would appreciate a thumbs up on this video. If you haven't liked it already, make sure you leave me a comment below if this information was helpful. If you liked the video on credit cards, if I get some new ones or whatever, which I might in the near future. I'm actually thinking about looking at a couple different new ones. I will definitely do a video on that if they're good. And I'm the Marketing Meathead. Hope you